Have you ever felt like everything around you was collapsing, stress piling up, circumstances spiraling out of control, and no refuge in sight? It's easy to lose your sense of calm when life throws its hardest challenges at you. Yet Gautama Buddha and countless monks throughout history have shown that deep serenity is possible, even during the darkest hours. How do they remain centered amid chaos? In this guide, we'll explore Buddhist teachings and practical methods to help you tap into inner peace, no matter how dire the situation appears. Why peace can feel impossible in crisis. When intense difficulties strike, health crises, financial disasters, heartbreak, peace may seem like a distant dream. According to Buddhist teachings, this emotional turmoil often arises from attachment and aversion. We grasp desperately at what we cherish, fearing its loss, or push away what we perceive as threats, exacerbating our anxiety. Buddha observed that suffering, dukkha, becomes magnified when we cling to the idea that life must always be comfortable and predictable. Think about your own life. Do you equate peace with having everything just right? That expectation sets you up for disappointment the moment trouble appears. Instead, the monk's path is to accept that pain and uncertainty are part of existence. This doesn't mean resigning yourself to misery. It means recognizing that even if outer circumstances crumble, you can cultivate an inner resilience. Monastic practices are built on the belief that peace can flourish, even under difficult conditions. By shifting your mindset from rigid expectations to flexible acceptance, you begin to lay the foundation for enduring calm. Buddha's insight on impermanence. One of the Buddha's core teachings is anicca, the principle that everything is impermanent. Whether it's triumph or tragedy, joy or sorrow, nothing stays the same forever. Monks learn to see this truth as liberating rather than depressing. It means that no matter how painful a moment is, it's destined to change. When your world feels like it's collapsing, recalling impermanence can offer a surprising sense of relief. You realize that this hardship too will pass. Even the worst moments are transient, like clouds that eventually drift away. In daily life, you can anchor yourself in this understanding by reminding yourself, this situation is impermanent. It will not define me forever. Doing so strips away some of the hopelessness that arises when we believe our painful circumstances might last indefinitely. In practical terms, this doesn't imply denying your feelings or acting as though everything is fine. Rather, it encourages you to acknowledge the pain without letting it become the whole story. By embracing impermanence, you create emotional space for healing, solutions, and eventual change. It's a mindset that monks train in from the earliest days of monastic life. Nothing, not even deep suffering, is set in stone. Cultivating stillness through mindfulness. During the worst moments of life, say grieving a loss or grappling with unexpected calamities, your mind can become a whirlwind of fear and regret. Mindfulness, a practice at the heart of Buddhism, offers a path to stillness even when the storm feels most violent. Monks refine this skill through meditation, but you can apply it in everyday life without a monastery. Imagine sitting quietly and paying attention to each breath, feeling the gentle rise and fall of your chest. Even if waves of sorrow or panic threaten to pull you under, you let them come and go, anchored by the simple act of breathing. This mindfulness doesn't erase your troubles, but it prevents them from swallowing your awareness. You learn to witness intense emotions instead of being consumed by them. If formal meditation seems daunting, begin with short sessions, 2 to 5 minutes. Observe your breath, gently redirecting your focus whenever thoughts run wild. Over time, you'll find that these moments of calm become a refuge, allowing you to remain level-headed and compassionate toward yourself, even under extreme stress. In this sense, mindfulness becomes your inner lighthouse, guiding you through life's darkest nights. The middle way, avoiding extremes of despair and denial. Buddhism teaches the middle way, which emphasizes balance rather than swinging between extremes. In the face of hardship, some people collapse into despair, convinced nothing will ever improve. Others mask their pain with denial, pretending the issue doesn't exist. Both extremes can deepen suffering rather than relieve it. Monks approach crises with a mindset that acknowledges reality without surrendering to hopelessness. They neither wallow in negativity nor sugarcoat the truth. Instead, they ask questions like, "What can I learn from this? How can I respond compassionately to myself and others?" This balanced perspective prevents you from getting mired in victimhood or false optimism. In practical life, adopting the middle way might mean recognizing your anguish, letting yourself feel grief, frustration, or anger, while also staying open to the possibility of solutions or future recovery. You don't turn a blind eye to genuine problems, nor do you believe you're doomed forever. Such balance requires mindful awareness, gentle introspection, and self-compassion, all of which are monk-like qualities we can cultivate step by step. Non-resistance. Finding calm in acceptance. One critical lesson from Buddha's teachings is that resistance to what is often fuels distress. If you're fighting a reality you can't change, like a terminal diagnosis, a job loss, or a loved one's departure, you inadvertently lock yourself in a cycle of anguish. Monks learn non-resistance as an act of wisdom, acknowledging reality and then deciding how best to engage with it. Non-resistance isn't the same as passivity. You still take necessary actions to improve your situation, but you stop spending energy wishing the present moment were different. This shift frees mental and emotional resources you can use to navigate the crisis effectively. For instance, if you've lost your job, non-resistance might mean admitting your unemployment rather than denying it, then proactively seeking new opportunities or training. The key is dropping the heavy emotional baggage of, "This shouldn't be happening to me," and replacing it with a calm acceptance of, "This is happening. Now how shall I respond?" Ultimately, non-resistance enables a peaceful readiness to face challenges. By relinquishing futile struggles against reality, you open the door to constructive problem-solving. This approach echoes the monastic way. Observe life's flow, accept it, and act wisely within that flow to minimize suffering. Compassion, the unlikely antidote to anguish. When life seems unbearably hard, compassion might be the last thing on your mind. Yet Buddha taught that compassion is a potent remedy for inner turmoil. Monks deeply integrate compassion into their daily routines, not just toward others, but also toward themselves. They see suffering as a universal human experience, something that connects us rather than isolates us. If you're consumed by your own troubles, reaching out to help someone else, even in a small way, can shift your perspective from "why me" to "we're all in this together." This doesn't trivialize your pain, rather, it reveals that empathy and kindness can alleviate it. Moreover, turning compassion inward, acknowledging your own vulnerability with gentleness, helps dissolve guilt or shame for feeling distressed. Instead of berating yourself for not being strong, you respond with self-kindness. Monks often practice metta, loving-kindness meditation, silently wishing happiness and peace for all beings, including themselves. You can adapt this by spending a few minutes each day offering compassionate thoughts to yourself. May I find peace. May I be safe. May I be free from suffering. Over time, this heartfelt empathy increases your capacity to remain at peace, even in circumstances that seem to crush the spirit. Practical exercises for peace in crisis. While the Buddhist principles above are powerful, putting them into action is what makes the difference. Consider these practical steps to maintain equanimity when crisis strikes. Start with grounding breath by taking slow, deep inhalations, counting each one up to 5, then doing the same with exhales. This simple routine activates your parasympathetic nervous system, easing panic or overwhelm. Next, practice naming emotions. Silently label what you're feeling: anger, fear, sorrow, without judging yourself. This mindful naming reduces the intensity of emotions. Then do one task at a time. In the thick of chaos, pick a single constructive activity, such as making an important phone call or tidying a small corner of your space, and give it your full attention. A small sense of accomplishment can break through paralysis. Consider reflective journaling to write down your thoughts, fears, and feelings. Monks often transcribe sutras. Similarly, journaling offers a reflective pause that clarifies tangled emotions. Lastly, take loving-kindness breaks whenever anxiety peaks. Pause for a quick metta-meditation, silently repeating, "May I be peaceful, may I be well." This fosters immediate calm. Each exercise reinforces the monk-like mindset of clarity, presence, and compassion. Over time, these small interventions add up, transforming the way you navigate even the toughest situations. Moving forward with monastic calm. As you apply these Buddhist-inspired tools, remember that peace isn't a one-and-done achievement. It's a continual practice, nurtured every day, especially under adversity. Monks view each crisis as an opportunity to deepen their understanding of suffering and sharpen their compassion. You too can choose to grow from hardships rather than be broken by them. Part of moving forward peacefully is acknowledging that the journey won't always be smooth. Even seasoned monks admit moments of doubt or sadness. The difference is they recognize these feelings as part of the human tapestry, temporary waves, not everlasting truths. They return to the teachings, anchor themselves in mindfulness, and draw strength from the impermanence of all things. No matter how severe your storm, these principles offer a guiding light. Accept the now, ground yourself in compassion, and remember that what feels permanent is always shifting. With each practice, you inch closer to the calm, resilient core that monks embody. This inner sanctuary remains steady, a source of serenity that not even life's worst moments can dissolve. Staying peaceful in the worst moments may seem daunting, but Buddha's timeless wisdom shows it's within reach. Through mindfulness, non-resistance, compassion, and a gentle acceptance of impermanence, you can develop monk-like serenity, even when life feels overwhelming. Which practice will you start with today? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you found this helpful, like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Monk Mindset, for more insights on living with wisdom, resilience, and deep inner peace. May you find calm, even in life's fiercest storms.